Good evening, everyone. This is Brian, and thought I'd do a quick recap here on where I'm at with my space program before I go into tonight's mission. I've earned enough to do level 2 launch pad, level 2 VAB, level 2 astronaut complex. I've identified another major limitation of this. If I have 2 pilots right now, and I have no applicants. If I kill these 2, my space program is basically over. It would be extremely difficult to fly any missions with Bill and Bob here because they are not pilots in order to purchase a bigger astronaut complex. Perhaps if I remove these guys, I'm not sure if you can even do that, more would spawn over here in the applicants section, but I don't know if that's possible. So, let's see what we can do. Oh, and so for the future, of course I really want a better research center, spaceplane hangar, and runway. However, this research center would be useless until I upgrade the tracking center, because the upgrading that should allow me, hopefully, to get a tracking center. It's more like it was before you had to upgrade buildings, i.e., you could do maneuver nodes in space and have, good landing predictions and so forth. So I'm going to go for this next. 140,000 to upgrade. I've got 120. Of course, I need more than that because I need to build launch vehicles afterwards to keep the whole program going. So let's see what we got here. Satellite in equatorial orbit. Let's see. Equatorial orbit, that should be easy to do without maneuver nodes. Launch an unmanned probe that has power and antenna. Reach a designated equatorial orbit and maintain stability for 10 seconds. If I do so, I should earn, around 100 grand there. Perfect. Okay, we're going to take this one. Explore the moon, visual surveys. Synchronous orbit. No, I don't think. Stacked couplers. No, I don't think I can double any of these up. Okay. So we're going for the satellite. Let's see where that orbit is supposed to be. And yes, I installed some great looking mods. Check this out. Lots of clouds, auroras, etc. Okay, so here's the orbit. Basically, it's an orbit that is right alongside of Mun here. Now, one thing about this I want to be careful of is not to get too close to Mun's gravity or the satellite would get sucked right in. So, let's go about this here. I've designed my first kind of modular launch vehicle, which you're going to see here in a second. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I'm going to do new. So what we're going to do first is build the probe. This is super simple. We need a probe core. I need a small fuel tank underneath it. And it said I need an antenna, so let's see, that's under science. Let's put the cheapo antenna on here. And let's see, it needs power. That power would be where am I? There they are. So I'll do 2 batteries. And I'm going to put some solar panels on here. Looks like I don't have those yet. That's okay. And I'm going to put 4 of these on so that no matter which way it's turned, it will get sunlight and never leave me hanging for want of electricity. Okay, for engines, I need a small engine that is efficient and lightweight here because my booster is not that strong yet. LV909 weighs half a ton. It's got a good ISP 390. This one weighs only 20% of that. And slightly worse fuel consumption. I think this is the engine for us right here. Okay, pop that down there. No, I don't want that to resize. Drop that back. Okay, that's going to be our satellite right there. Now, to launch this, I'm going to name this Mun satellite, just because it's going to be near Mun. Okay, so total weight of this is 0.8 tons. Great. Because I know my launch vehicle is good for about 2.25 or so. So to attach the launch vehicle, have the whole thing as a sub-assembly. So just slowly sneak it up here until it attaches. And there we go. Check the staging. Looks good. Now usually, a word about this, I usually hide this stuff inside, but there is a bug in this program where this part right here does not have a center of lift that is in the middle. It's off the side a little bit, so I put these over here to offset that a little better so that the center of lift is more in the center. It's a little bit off, but not quite. Okay, now I need to check, see how my center of mass and center of lift are going to fare once fuel starts getting burned here. So, okay, still good. This would still be on the way up. Still good. And then now it starts moving back up. So right here is the worst case scenario when these tanks start to, just before they start to be used. So I think we're good there. Let's fuel these back up. Yes, good. Good. Okay. Save this and let's launch it. Okay, one last look at the staging. All looks good. Let's throttle up. Set SMS. And off we go. Okay, I'm going to start the program. Turn. Throttle back. No need to travel this fast with the atmosphere being this thick. Keep this prograde vector as close to 90 degrees as I possibly can so I stay on the equator. I don't want that nose to go past that velocity vector circle. That would be bad. And if I start to lose control, I can turn on RCS, which will help. Give me a little more control over it. Okay, 15,000, go ahead and throttle up. How we doing here? Okay, that should do it. Apoapsis of 78,000. I just realized I forgot to put a mech jub on this thing. Oh well. Be nice to have all my numeric readouts for delta V and everything. Screenshot for the thumbnail. end up higher than the atmosphere. Sometimes you slow down enough that you don't quite make it out. Okay, 70,000, we're in a vacuum. Time to release the fairing. Those will fall nicely back down into the planet and be destroyed. Okay, now I have to take a guess when to start my circularization burn. I'll say right about here. A little bit more. Okay, that should do it. Time to release the payload. Make sure we have fuel up there. Yes, I do. Okay. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Okay. Extend. It looks like a hypodermic needle. Alright, now... Yeah, I don't believe I'll hit Mun if I burn now, so let's go for it. Go. Okay, it's on its way. I'm going to set an alarm for when it gets to the apoapsis. There we go, Mun satellite. And apoapsis. We said without upgrading the tracking station. Oh, bullocks, as I've seen some people from the UK say. Okay, all right. Well, I'll just have to check in on this guy, and I have to go all the way back to the tracking station to switch craft because next thing is to land. Okay, let's get this baby home. I'm going to reset my staging here. Okay, what else? What else? Let's check its... Yeah, liquid fuel and oxidizer. Okay. Let's see, where is my fuel? Good. Right down here where it should be. That'll help it be stable on the way down. Okay, now... These clouds make it... They're beautiful, but it is so difficult to see with them. Okay, my periapsis is here. Okay, there is this debris here from those crashes the other night are... Oh, here we go. Are showing me where the space center is. And that is pretty much below my periapsis. I wish the periapsis were a little bit further over here, but that'll do for now, I think. So I'll do my initial burn here. I really don't know how much delta V I have. Well, let's see, let's speed up here. First of all, I'll lower that periapsis down to right at 70, or even lower, probably down to 60. And if I do it from this altitude, let me see how much monopropellant I have. I should have all of it. Yeah. Okay, if I do it from this altitude with the monopropellant, that'll give me the best fuel efficiency. Or not this altitude, this position around the backside of the planet. And doing it a little bit before my apoapsis, I think my periapsis will shift over to where I want it to be. So I just need to get this nav ball. Get this pointed in the right direction. Now I'm using mono, I could go forward or back. So if I point this forward and I burn backwards, it should get me what I want. Okay, I'm going to double check here. Yes. Pointing forward, going backwards. Yes. Okay. Now let's watch the map and see what happens here. Yep. It dropped alright, but it didn't drop. It didn't move at all. Or at least not that I could see. Okay. I'm going to advance a little more into my orbit. Okay, now I'm going to do a real retro burn. Oops, wrong side. Okay. Alright, let's see where this goes. Good, it's pushing it around. I'll have to remember that. Honestly, I'm not even sure how accurate that's going to be, but if it gets this thing down enough to recover it, that's good. So let's see, that was about a quarter turn at 30, got to remember this, 35,000. Alright, let's see what that does for us. I'm sorry, I know this is nothing to look at, but I really got to pay attention to these numbers here. So we got here. Okay, it's looking pretty good so far. Boy, this craft is lightweight. It's got that big blunt base, so already I can tell you right now I'm going to land way west of the KSC, which is a bummer. And I just need to make sure it's west of the mountains, which it's looking like it will be. Okay, we're definitely west of the mountains. Alright, some areas around here are pretty friendly to land in, some are definitely not. I hope I don't tip this thing over. Whew! I thought I was going to smack in the ground at like 1,000 meters per second like I did with those aircraft. That was awesome. Okay. Yeah, I meant to do that. Here we go, let's recover. Okay, so let's see here. Lost 8% of, I think it's 24,000 are the recoverable parts, which cost me about 3,000 there and about 3,000 in fuel. So that was a launch cost total of about 6,000 plus those satellite parts that are now up in orbit. So that's all good. Recover this stuff. Some more parts, so it was even cheaper than I just quoted. Okay, now let's go back to the satellite. And no, I'm not going to spend time flying any aircraft tonight. I want to get this done and go to sleep. So, zoom out there. This is just a big circularization exercise. If I had MechJeb, I wouldn't need to look at the map so much. I could just read the numbers. Okay. I'm just about at my apoapsis here. It's not going to take much to do this. Okay, maintain stability, let go of the keyboard. Waiting for that last screen, check mark. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Thank you, Mr. Probe. Look at that, I didn't even need all that fuel. Maybe I'll come back up here. This thing will just basically sit. There's the moon over there. This will just sit up here in orbit and do whatever it's going to do. And perhaps someday I will grab a hold of it and send it somewhere else. Or bring it back even. I still have plenty of fuel. I could actually bring it back if I want. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my tracking center. That's strange. How did I get 1.3 million? What in the world? Something tells me that tracking center is not supposed to look like that. Unless it's like under construction or something. Okay. Hope you liked the video. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.